And if you don't have that kind of attitude, you will give up along the way with any kind of reasons. Like my mom say I cannot, make any money anymore. Like my girlfriend told me that if I keep doing this startup, she will dump me. You will give yourself a lot of reasons. Like my boyfriend said that he won't marry me, or he won't. because I'm in front of my customers or my clients or my computer all day. So if you are surrendered to all those kind of reasons, trust me, there is no way you can do a successful startup. Okay, so for example, I gave up one BMW because I was an investment banker in the United States. I worked for a Deutsche Bank. I was wealthy because I do trading, so I got a lot of bonus. So I gave up a BMW, and I gave up my fiance because my fiance wanted a stable life, but I wasn't able to give a stable life to her. And she wanted to stay in the U.S., but I came back to Taiwan. And she gave me just one decision. Went back, oh, bye-bye. So there are a lot of tough decisions. And trust me, a lot of decisions are not based on which decision is right or which decision is wrong. They are not that kind of certain decision in human beings' life. You just need to make sure that you choose your own value. And I can tell you that entrepreneurship requires a lot of sacrificing things. And if you don't have that kind of sacrifice attitude, trust me, you will just give yourself a reason. And that reason will definitely be very reasonable. But in the end, you will fail. Or you will give up. So the reason I'm standing here is not because I'm smarter than you guys or I'm smarter than other people. Because I'm not giving up with the restaurants in Taiwan, even though they are so cheap. They don't want to pay me money, but I'm not giving up with them. I hate them. That's the only reason. So there's no SOP. There is no know-how that if I share with you guys today, then you guys will become another, you guys can go back to your country and become another easy table, another open table, another Yelp, another, in Singapore there's a Hungry Go Nowhere, something like that. Trust me, all we did is that we stick with restaurants. Even though our girlfriend or our mom would complain about our behavior, we still stick with them. We still stick with restaurants. So that's the attitude I'm talking about. Without the attitude, nothing can do. And another thing is that this table is an accident. Almost every entrepreneur or almost every big boss, I talked to, everyone told me that they were not meant to do what they are doing right now in the beginning. Everyone changed a little bit or changed a lot during their entrepreneurship way. Because why? Because, for example, in school, everybody asked you to write a business plan, right? And I remember 4 years ago when I was still in the U.S., because I was working in an investment bank, so writing a business plan or writing an analysis report, I can do that every day. I can write 100 pages analysis report easily. Even though I might not even understand what I'm writing, but I can write a business plan without a problem. The problem is that after I came back, it only took me 30 days to prove that the whole 40 pages business plan would run at all. It only took me 30 days. Why? Because when you are writing a business plan, you are not contacting or you are not touching your market yet. You are not contacting your clients yet. So all you are doing is just imagination. Imagination, do nothing. Execution, is the only thing that matters. So if you are wasting a lot of time on imagination, you are just wasting your resource and you are just wasting your opportunity. So actually, I'm the guy who doesn't like people to write a business plan. Business plan is for me. I already done a lot of things, and I really want to share my experiences with other people in my industry. So I write a business plan, tell people that because of my experience, I think how should people do marketing in restaurant industry? How should people do sales in restaurant industry? But when I was an investment banker, is there any way that I really know how to write a business plan or how to know how to market to restaurant industry? There is no way. I don't understand restaurant at all. So usually entrepreneur had a maybe education or school or teacher or professors teach us that we need to write a business plan. But I don't think you need to write a business plan. The only condition you have to write a business plan is that you need to find an investor. But trust me, later I realized that if this investor really knows your team and knows what you are doing, they don't even care about business plan. They just need to sit down and talk to you, and they will ask you several key questions, like how do you make money, like why do you think this can work. They only ask you several key questions. If you can pass those questions, then the last thing they will say like, so how much money do you want? They don't like give you an email and ask you to send them a PDF version of your business plan. Trust me, they don't look at it. Because their email boxes are always full of emails. They don't have time to read your business plan. So talk to your investors, but don't write a lot of words and using those words to talk to your investors. So what's the reason why you spend a lot of time on business plan? You just go and go to the market and try and throw something into the market and see if the market responds well, or if market doesn't respond. If that market doesn't respond, then come back and revise and redo your product and throw out again. So there is no business plan. So because there is no business plan, so everything we do is just like it's a journey. We are creating a lot of excellence every day. Like for example, we went to China already. Now we have around almost like 100 restaurants in Shanghai are ACh1 customers. And at first I was like going to Beijing. China is so big, so you definitely have to choose the city. So I said, okay, Beijing. Then we went to Beijing for 3 weeks, and we realized that Shanghai is better. So we immediately said, okay, Beijing was wrong. Let's go to Shanghai. It only take us 3 weeks. We went to Beijing to experience Beijing is good or not. We are not sitting at home, Google Beijing's population, and Google how many restaurants in Beijing, and Google what's the Beijing's GDP or whatever stuff, and then write a business plan about Beijing, and compare my business plan in Beijing's business plan with Shanghai's business plan. That's not useful. You have to experience it. So when you are experiencing it, you will create a lot of excellence. And these excellence are basically mistakes. So you are making a lot of mistakes, and you do a lot of quick adjustments. And make sure that I think one of the very important advantage that will make you better than your competitors are that who can make quicker adjustments. A lot of people they already know that this product might not work, but they are not there to revise their product. They are not there to tell them to talk to their clients and tell their clients that okay, I was wrong and I'm willing to give you a new product. They don't have that kind of ability to do quick adjustment. And I think that one of the most important advantage for your startup is that you make a lot of quick adjustments. For these past three, so in my company, in ACh, we have this culture. We say that in Chinese slang, we say 早领气, we say that morning, when we give out a decision in morning, and we change it in the afternoon. This thing, in the old Chinese saying, this is a bad thing. Because you are a leader and you make a decision in the morning and you change it in the afternoon. But you know what? In our team, this thing is so usual. It's like so popular. Like everyone knows that Alex in the morning when he says something, he might change in the afternoon. Because you know why? Because trust me, I don't want to be that guy. I want to be Steve Jobs. I want to make a decision and 3 years later that decision still works. But it just cannot be like that in this kind of market. The world is so flat. Everything changed so fast. Think about Nokia. We're still holding the Nokia phone. But trust me, 2 years ago, in this room, a lot of people are carrying Nokia. But nobody's carrying Nokia now. So everything, if you are a Nokia CEO, trust me, you will have to make a lot of decisions that still works in the morning, but doesn't work in the afternoon. Because when you are eating lunch, Apple or Samsung are making new products. So in the afternoon, you have to tell your system, wait. This morning, our decision was wrong. So it's always like that. So you really have to have the preparation to do a lot of quick adjustments. So if you are running a startup, make sure that your team member and also yourself are ready for quick adjustments. Make sure that your startups, when you are hanging out with your girlfriend, boyfriend on a movie, then you have to exit the movie and make a decision. And this thing usually works in investment banking industry. So that's also the culture of my previous work experience. Because sometimes when we were like eating ramen in Wall Street, and somebody said, Nokia couldn't make their new phone. And then we will receive our manager's phone call and say, come back in 10 minutes. And we have to have a show meeting. And 10 minutes later, we have to decide if we want to still hold Nokia stock, we have to show them. So this kind of culture will be the foundation of every startup. Because why you are a startup? Because you don't have anything that is existing in the market. So you have to follow the market and find your right decision, right location. And trust me, it's very hard to find the right location unless you keep locating and try to find your own location. And another thing, value is good. This thing I especially want to talk to my fellow guys in Taiwan. I believe that there are still a lot of people here who want to be an entrepreneur in Taiwan. Because I don't know if this is also applies the same in Indonesia or in Singapore, in other countries, Colombia. Education in Taiwan, teachers really don't allow students to make a mistake, to fail. If you fail, I'm gonna beat you today. I'm gonna tell your parents that you make a mistake. You are so embarrassing. This is really bad. Because teachers, they are making mistakes every day. You know what I mean? I think a good person or smart person, because a smart person is smart because they make a lot of mistakes, but they gain something from their mistakes. A stupid person is that they make mistakes all the time, but they don't learn anything. But if education tells us not to make mistakes, there is no way that you can learn any experiences because you are not allowed to have this opportunity to make mistakes. So in my team, I tell all my coworkers say that actually I don't know what your plan will work or not. But what I tell you is that go execute it. Go as fast as you can. And if you are making mistakes or if you fail, come back and then we can talk about what we are going to do next. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. And failure is just, you know what, in my team, I think almost every startup, founder and CEO make the most mistakes. I'm making mistakes every day. And a lot of companies, our product failures, we push out a lot of new products. And a lot of product failures, the failure is because of me. Because I said, that's the least. It just didn't work, right? But the good thing is that, because I always say that, okay, I want to make this mistake. I want to make that mistake. So they will go try it. And after they try it, they found like, Alex, you were wrong. So they will knew what's the right thing. So during this process, they learn a lot of things. Then later on, they don't need me anymore because they know how to create a mistake and they know how to adjust the mistake. So when they don't need me anymore, I can stay here and share my experience with you guys because they don't want me in the office because I'm too annoying. So the best market research is trial and error. So that's another reason. I don't know if you guys read Steve Jobs' autobiography. Steve Jobs said he doesn't do market research. That's the reason, because market research doesn't do you any good. Because market research, basically, you only have two ways. One way is Google. Google means market research, right? And second is you pay a lot of money to those big market research companies. But who do we don't have money, right? So we don't have money to pay those market research companies. So the best way to do your market research is to get to the customers, to the potential customers, and ask them, how do you feel about my product? So a lot of new fellow entrepreneurs or students come to me and say that, I have this great idea or I have this great product, and do you think if it works or not? And I would always tell them that, I don't know, how do I know? I'm not God, right? So just take it out and ask users to use it. And if you want to ask me, as I'm your user, and I can share my user experience with you. But don't ask me because you think I'm the experienced guy. No, any experienced guy can give you any market advice. Trust me, they can only do that like me. We share experiences with you. But startup is your startup. Product is your product. Idea is your idea. We're not that smart enough to know what you are thinking about and know your ideas in 30 seconds. So the only way you know if your idea can work or not is push out your product and ask your market to tell you that if your idea is right or wrong, your product is right or wrong. And another concept I would like to share with you guys is that don't do product development, do customer development. What's the difference between these two? Product development, several engineers, maybe with a project manager, stay in their room or stay in their office and stay inside for 3 months in order to build a product. That's not going to work because what defines a good product? What defines a good product? Not because of competition, right? You can win a champion in a competition, but none of the customers care about your product, right? And not your professors. Even your professor gives you A, he might be the only guy who will buy your product, right? So who defines your product is good or not? Customers, your customers. So if you are sitting in your room and trying to build a product, you think it's good, then you are probably fail. You're gonna fail in a way because you don't know how your customers are thinking. So let me give you an example. ACh1, we have to build a restaurant management system, a reservation management system for restaurants. You know what? The very first prototype of our management system, we built it for about 2 months. And then we presented to the restaurant manager. Then I remember like the very first few restaurant managers say like, who's gonna use this restaurant software? You don't understand our restaurant operation at all, and your software looks weird. So who later on built our software? Not our engineers, our customers. They said, hey, what about you build a function and put it here? It's easier for me to use it. And I need a function that is very useful for restaurant operation. So what about you build that function for me? So all our products are built by our restaurant customers, not by our engineers. And look at the most powerful companies now in the world. They all do the same thing, like Facebook. Do you know why Facebook push out this feature or that feature? Because a lot of their users request for that feature. So they will do a lot of numbers and do a lot of surveys, and they know that which feature user like the most, and they develop that feature. So it's not like Mark Zuckerberg is the king. So Mark Zuckerberg likes which feature, then his people do that feature. Doesn't work like that. If the thing works like that, this company might fail. So the CEO is not like, oh, I'm the powerful guy, so I say we do this and we do this. No. The CEO defines which other way we are going to do. But along the way, which product will reach that goal always requires customers' participation. So trust me, try to make your customer participate in your product as early as you can. Of course, in different industries have different time points. If you are doing a pharmaceutical company, maybe you cannot ask your customers or your clients to participate too early because they might be dead. Because that is your medicine. But it's your drug. But in internet, as long as in internet, we ask our users to participate in our product in very early stage. So usually our customers develop our product for us. So that in that way we can decrease the risk. We can make sure that we minimize the risk of making a non-working product. So please, especially I realize that a lot, especially engineers or people who are building products, they always have this kind of attitude that they like to close themselves and live in their small world in doing their little product, and they feel good about it. Yeah, you can feel good about it, but nobody cares. And trust me, if you are doing a for-profit company, customers who are willing to buy it or who are willing to pay you, that's the most important thing you have to get. Even you are doing a social enterprise, if you have this wonderful idea that you can make the world better, but farmers just don't care. Then who else you are making the world better? You know what I mean? So make sure that you do customer development. Don't do product development. Product is based on your customers. So if you are doing a social enterprise about farmers, why I say that? Because one of my interns, she's doing a social enterprise about farmers in Taiwan. And I said that how many hours you spend with farmers every week? She said, maybe I will make an appointment with the farmer maybe once per month, something like that. And how do you know about farmers? I read a lot of news. I saw a lot of TV programs. I know what's the problem with the farmers in Taiwan. That's not true, you know what I mean? Because media is always wrong. Even especially in Taiwan. So you have to talk to your customers. If you want to do a social enterprise about farmers, talk to farmers.